First thing I advise you to do is drop the idea of getting rid of thoughts and focus completely on living in the present moment. There is a principle that works very effectively in the mind, expressed simply as you empower what you focus on. In the context of wanting to get rid of thoughts, what you resist you cause to persist. Ever heard of the thought exercise where someone says don't think about elephants? The harder you try to not think about elephants, the more you think about elephants, because you're focusing on elephants in the effort to not focus on them. Pure silliness, really. That said, the trick to living in the present moment is practice. Really, that's it. There are lots of ways to practice it, so just find ways you like and start there. I'll give you some of my favorite examples. 1. Meditation. Specifically, just relax and sit nice and still, and watch your breath. Don't try to control it, just watch. When thoughts arise, treat them like your breath when it comes in. That is, don't try to control them, just watch them come up and then let them go the same as you let your breath out. The simplest way to let them go is to gently turn your attention back to your breath. A thought comes up, give it a glance, then back to your breath. The thought will dissipate on its own the moment your attention is gone from it. As you get used to this, feel free to experiment with where you turn your attention to. Try filling up your senses with everything going on at once. See how far you can relax your focus, expanding your attention. Play around with it, letting it be as it is without really trying to control it. 2. Running. This is actually quite similar to the meditation exercise, except that it involves your body and how you connect with the present moment. You're not just watching, you're doing. Pay attention to the most subtle feelings in your body and let them push and pull you, adjusting your breath, your stride, every nuance of your form without trying. Just let it happen. The closer you push your body to its limits, the more clarity you'll find in the pushes and pulls. If something about your form isn't serving the run ideally, if some other way might serve better, you'll feel it. When you feel it, let it actualize. While the lesson in meditation is about not holding on to your thoughts, the lesson in running is about not holding on to the past. 3. Improvisation. This one is particularly fun and it keeps you on your toes effectively if you have able partners to practice with. If you think you're too slow, improv has to flow as naturally as a normal conversation without being a normal conversation, which requires the utmost attention to the present moment. You have to hold the context of the improv in your mind as a background and be fully present within it. There are actually 2 lessons in improv. One is about not holding on to the future, since you'll trip up if you plan what to say or do in advance and your partner throws you a curveball, and the other lesson is about shaping your perspective to serve a purpose without letting it detract from being present in the moment. Part of this is having thoughts but not focusing on them. 4. Dancing. I personally prefer varied genres of electronic music for this, since it has relatively few limitations. Of course, it's important to find music from good producers who actually care about musical composition. I like Marty Party, Pete's Antique, and Mad Zach, among others. This exercise ties together elements of the other 3 if you do it right, with your primary attention on the immediate music, like your breath in meditation, your secondary attention on your body, allowing the music to flow through it like the pushes and pulls in running, and your tertiary attention on the flow of the music, layering the context of the musical patterns into your dance, like speaking and acting in the context of an improv exercise. Finally, just practice being spontaneous in your everyday life. Make observations and act on them, and be especially on the lookout for signals that are here and gone. The more you practice engaging things that require being in the moment, the more your attention will naturally align with the moment.